Laquan's dead. Well, he's a concealed carry teacher.
Not even just Laquan, even though Laquan probably has a higher percentage.
That's true as well.
But Justin one day may be mad at the world.
Okay.
May be mad at the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the teacher is having an awful week.
That happens.
He decides he's sick of listening to Justin.
Okay.
And decided to let off a couple of rounds. I think that's a horrible idea.
It's terrible
to arm
idea.
teachers.
That's
teachers
dumb.
already have a stressful job as it is. And where are you going to hide the gun?
Exactly. On their boot, like on their ankle. Like,
it's going to be strapped to their thigh like the old Westerns.
Exactly.
They're going to just pull up their dresses and start letting out rounds.
Exactly.
I don't like the idea.
That's a terrible idea. Like,
I
can think of 12 ideas right now that are better than that.
And let's just say the teacher aide that knows where the gun is.
Uh-huh.
Let's say he's sick of getting bullied.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now there's a firearm in school that he's well aware of.
Exactly. Let's say somebody attacks the teacher, gets the firearm, and lets off on the teacher.
That could be another school shooting.
And like the problem with guns is to not answer with more guns. That doesn't make any sense at all. And the cop, the resource officer that was assigned to Parkland, he stayed outside. So, I know you said you didn't hear this, but the NRA, their favorite thing to say is only a good guy with a gun can stop a bad guy with a gun. This resource officer had a gun, and that did absolutely nothing. I guess they forgot you can't be a coward, I guess. But that doesn't make any sense. So that just because you have the gun doesn't mean you're going to do something about it.
And here's the other thing. Just like this guy, the security guard, these teachers with guns, how many teachers are going to actually, when ish hits the fan, be ready to pull the trigger on somebody?
Exactly.
A lot of these teachers, man, they ain't built for that type of life.
But I guess he thinks they're all ex-military teachers.
Yeah.
They'll put all of them.
So we're going to start hiring people out the military to be teachers?
Yeah.
Or people with a gun license to become teachers? I know he said something about special training. From the teachers I spoke with about it, none of them want to go through this type of training.
Exactly. Get Rambo right out the military. Rambo.
I actually talked to 3 different teachers who said if this is going to be the case, they're stopped. Yeah, they're going to quit.
I feel you. I understand that.
We just spent, and not trying to get off subject, but I really hope something is going to, some type of change. I mean, it's starting to get ridiculous with all this.
It is. And people like, the world's a crazy place. No, it's not the world. It's the United States. Like, I think we're scared to say, because this don't happen nowhere else, though. This is the only place where this happens on a constant, consistent basis. The world's not crazy.
I don't know anything about the gun laws and all that stuff. I don't really follow it. But from what I read, Australia had a situation like this years ago. And they passed some stricter gun laws.
Ain't had one since. And
if you guys know a little bit more about it, feel free to email me. Like I said, I don't know that much. I'm still trying to learn about it. But we have to figure out something. I just don't think arming teachers is the answer to the problem.
And you can keep your rifles or your long hunting rifles and your pistols to protect your family and hunt. But what is the use of an AR-15? It's to kill people efficiently and quickly. That's the only use for it. You're not going to get attacked by a herd of deers, and you need to kill them all quickly. Like, it's not a sport. You can kill a deer with the long rifle you get out of Walmart with the click. Like, you don't need a semi-automatic killing machine to go hunt. I just don't get that part. Why do they make these?
Yeah, and now, of course, you have the FBI investigating to see why that tip was never forwarded to Miami for an investigation. But speaking of the FBI, the NCAA might be in some ish.
Yahoo article on college hoops payoffs, naming names. And there's some big schools involved in this. I don't know what the attachment is yet, the paper trail, the thread that would lead to coaches here. Am I surprised at this article? No, I'm not at all. Because it's been going on for decades, folks. I guess what surprises me the most, you have an agency trying to sign up kids, and these are one-and-done kids. So I get you. I'm going to loan you money, and then when you graduate, you go to the pros, and we have a relationship. You sign with us. Well, that doesn't always work out that way, because I'm looking at some of these names who were with this ASM sports agency. Andy Miller's a former NBA agent, and he got disbarred. He was heading up this agency, and he was signing up Dennis Smith with the Mavs, Isaiah Whitehead, who played at Seton Hall, Markelle Fultz, and you get them right out of high school. So I'm going to loan you the money. Bam Adebayo at Kentucky, also in here. But you sign them up early. You give them some money to go to college for 6 months, and then they're going to leave. They're one and done. By the time the NCAA gets around to this, and not even the NCAA, but this time it's the FBI. But if the NCAA caught wind of this, these kids are already long gone. Now.
All right, so pretty much, guys, in a nutshell, if you're not familiar with the situation, there's been an FBI investigation that opened up about some money being exchanged and other natures, and it's a whole list of schools that I'm going to list. But the question I want to ask about this FBI investigation and ESPN, oh my God, this is going to kill the NCAA. This is a black eye. Who in the hell didn't know this was going on? Frankly, that follow any sport?
Yeah, frankly, I don't care. We know it happens.
It happens. It's been happening for years.
I didn't know it was like, I guess it's illegal. I guess if the FBI is looking at it, but...
Yeah, it got pretty serious.
Yeah.
The breakdown, pretty much, players from more than 20 Division I men's program was identified as possibly, keyword possibly, so it's still, in the looks, of breaking the NCAA rules. The documents had the work of former NBA agent Andy Miller and his agency ASM Sports. They showed cash advances, entertainment, travel expenses, also money given to family members of the players, and trust me, that is nothing new. Mortgages are getting paid left and right for top prospects to come to colleges. That's just the name of the game, unfortunately. Welcome to the real world, ESPN. The FBI discovered more than 40,000 conversations through wiretaps, financial records, emails, and other crap from Miller's office. One report that we was discussing doing a soundbite, Dennis Smith Jr., former NC State guard, now Dallas Maverick, received $73,500 from NC State. Now, the teams who were identified in the FBI probe were Duke, North Carolina, Texas, Kentucky, Michigan State, USC, Bama, NC State, Seton Hall, LSU, Maryland, Washington, South Carolina, Utah, Xavier, Wichita State, Kansas, Clemson, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, Iowa State, Creighton, Virginia, and of course, my favorite school, the Louisville Sluggers. Cause they slinging some stuff up there at that school, boy.
I think ESPN, they gotta you can't lump all these schools.
That's a bunch of damn schools.
You can't lump them all together because from what I hear, Wendell Carter, his parents had a dinner.
He goes to Duke, right?
Yes, he went to Duke, or he goes to Duke now. His parents had a dinner. It was $106. His parents say the dinner never happened. They met with the guy, but they ain't getting no dinner. Wendell didn't even know about it. And then I guess the NCAA rules $200 is not. Anything under $200 is not like a major infraction. So it's under $200, and if he pays it back, the $106, he's good. But you can't lump that with Louisville getting strippers and prostitutes and NC State paying Dennis Smith $70,000. You can't lump all that together.
If you guys are not familiar with Louisville just had a national title taken away because they literally And I mean, literally had a prostitute rink set up for incoming freshmen.
And South Carolina, the only reason I think they're on the list, because the guy that pretty much started all this Louisville stuff, that Bowen player.
Well, I read like
he's trying to go to South Carolina, so that's the only reason I would think they said South Carolina is involved.
Apparently, T.J. Dozier received some money.
$6,000. You're right. Yeah, that's why he went to the league. I guess
you can't compare situations like what went on at Duke for $200 compared to what went on at Arizona.
Exactly.
Where they paid their star freshman $100,000.
That man on tape. You ain't smarter than that.
No, he not. Because he an asshole. Excuse my language. But if you ever listen to that coach from Arizona, he's a straight douchebag. Straight up douchebag.
They West Coast team, I don't get to watch them a lot. I like Aiden, though. I watched him last night. It's pretty good.
They do the truth. That dude is the truth.
Come on, Sean Miller. Like, you can't be on tape with that, though. You ain't got no assistant coaches or...
Y'all ain't never heard of burner phones?
Why are you even talking about it? See him in person. You know where I'm at. I'm at the University of Arizona. Come talk to me anytime if you're talking about it.
And Coach Slicker Perry, you said he ain't talking to nobody. Because you know he guilty. He's guilty everywhere. Oh, Coach Calipari is...
From what I saw, there was the same thing with Kevin Knox. It's like these meetings that they're saying are taking place, and it's some stupid piddly amount, $200 or something stupid like that. So it's like, I mean, I'm pretty positive Calipari does it, but you can't like lump all these schools in together with one another and be like, oh, all of them violated it.
Now, to circle back around to Louisville, because this has just been a hilarious situation to me. It seems like you cannot you cannot trust the coach whose last name start with the P. Paterno, Petrino, and what's the football coach for Louisville? It's Paterno, Petrino, and I don't forgot his name. I just know it start. Yeah, I just know it start with a P, and he got caught in a scandal at another school. So when he was at, I think it was Arkansas.
Yeah.
Forgot his name. Had it in my head. It's gone. But a side note, a name you would definitely want to be familiar with is Christian Dawkins. He was one of the big dogs in the AAU program, getting a lot of side deals with Adidas, making sure that players go to Adidas schools.
Nike was in on it too now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Nobody.
Y'all in that report too now. Don't try to single us out.
I didn't say that.
This is y'all's third or fourth or fifth violation.
That's not here or there.
Uh-huh.
It's more important that we focus on coaches like Coach Kutachecki.
Kutachecki.
Yeah, that's his name. Kutachecki.
Okay.
We finally got him, North Carolina. I told you I was going to open up an investigation on Duke University.
You got $100 dinner.
There's more to
So we can't feed the kids now? We got to let the kids starve?
There's more to it. And I'm going to find out.
Let the kids starve?
I will find out. Somehow.
That's what you just found out. I told you
Coach
you need to know.
Kutachecki, I'm coming for you.
At least we go to class. That's all I got to say about that.
That was proven... That was not proven.
That was proven paid off by Michael Jordan. Yes, it was.
We escaped that plight.
Yeah, you escaped it.
That never happened.
Paid. Yeah, Michael paid.
Never happened whatsoever.
He paid.
Dude.
But is there anything that they can do about it? Like you said, I think it starts in AAU.
Yeah.
With these crooked AAU coaches. And like, how do you think these players, like, okay, you're an AAU team. You're out of Florida. How you think they getting all the way across the country to play some team in Hollywood and all these places? Like,
I remember ESPN did a special about Alabama football team, and they showed they dormitories, and literally outside the dorms was like Benz, Beamer, Land Rover. I'm like, how these little niggas getting Land Rover? Oh, excuse me, like, how do you dudes getting Land Rovers? And they don't even work. Somebody's paying something.
If a bank says, hey, you look like you're going to be an NFL prospect, I'll let you borrow $100,000, what's the problem with that? Because you gotta go to college. You know, you gotta go.